Welcome, sisters. We are about to drop into our circle. And as we do, we're just simply bringing our attention here to this present moment. And we are clearing space in our thoughts, in our physical space, as if we're just sweeping everything to one side. And then allowing us this opportunity to connect with this present moment as a circle, as a sisterhood, and to go deeper into our body. So, as we are just dropping in here, we're preparing ourselves for a breath practice called anchoring our breath. So, we'll just begin with breathing as you naturally do. And as you feel the breath come into your body, feel yourself become more present and rooted and grounded. And I will lead you through a practice for your own personal experience. And yet, while we're creating our sanctuary, our container, let's tap into this aspect of our work that is far beyond us, that is connected to and woven into the very fabric of reality, into the very blueprint of the unfolding of nature. As we connect with the Tao, as the reality of nature unfolds and these patterns unfold outside of us, we can see that those same patterns unfold inside of us. And from here, let's just take a moment to connect with the other sisters in our circle that are present live and those that are on the replay, knowing that together we're forming a network, a weaving, a sanctuary together. And so with that, we'll start to begin our practice. And I'm going to open my eyes so I can share this with you. This practice that I'm going to share with you is called anchoring your breath. It is part of a Qigong practice, and it is part of an internal alchemical practice called Neidon. In inner alchemy and in Taoist alchemy, we don't necessarily always work with all these external forces. Like in Qigong, we collect sunlight and we eat qi and we connect with the water and the wood and the fire that's outside of us. And we bring that energy into us. We do that in Qigong. But in Neidon, in our internal alchemical practice, we're only really working with ourselves, with our body, the energy that's inside our own body. So keeping that in mind, we're about to go through a breath practice called anchoring the breath. And it's using our attention. In Qigong and in Neidon, also, your mind works in two ways. You have an intention where you're thinking, planning, doing, and then you have attention where you're listening and being nourished by your awareness. Both are perfect, and yet in this practice, we're going to work with our attention. We're about to begin. I'm about to set the timer. we'll practice for about 25 minutes, and we'll have a few minutes in the beginning to, to anchor our breath and to become comfortable with our breathing. And then I'll start guiding us in. Okay, so as we're starting to breathe, if you want to bring your hands into this mudra, it might support you. What I'm doing is the palms of your hands are connected to, as an energy worker, you can move energy with the palms of your hands, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our left hand and place it on the thumb, my left thumb on the palm of my right hand, and I'm going to close it. So I'm kind of sealing off that palm. And then I'm going to take this right knuckle and I'm going to put it on there. And then I'm going to close my hand. It makes a yin yang symbol. But what it does, I'm going to scoot back. What it does is it anchors your mind down. And so in the beginning, we are just simply practicing breathing. And we're developing the quality of attentive breath. And I'm actually going to turn off this music. So as we're developing the qualities of an attentive breath, these qualities are soft, gentle, and slow. And with time, they become deeper. And in this practice, we are going to bring our attention into our body. And as we begin, bring your attention to your nostrils. Just rest your attention on your nostrils, right where the air enters your body. And as you're breathing, your attention is simply resting at your nostrils. Your mind is softly resting at the point where the air enters your body. We're not adjusting our breath, even if it appears to be an improvement. We're simply paying attention. And now from here, we're shifting our attention to the area of our sinuses, our sinus cavity. shifting away from the nostrils to the sinuses. If you're starting to notice any tension or tightness, these are patterns of unconscious intention being held in your body. With our conscious attention, resting in your sinuses, we're not changing it, just paying attention. And from here, we are going to connect both places, bringing your attention to your nostrils and your sinuses. Connecting both places as one unified field. Now we'll shift our attention to our throat and neck, inside your throat. And as you're breathing here, it's very common to feel a lot of tension, tightness here. We're not trying to relax the tension or tightness. We're trusting that our attention is enough. It's also really common to want to follow your breath in and out. And we're not following our breath. We're listening to our body parts, our nose. Now we're going to connect them, our nose, our sinuses, and our throat as one unified field. As we shift our attention now to the inside of our sternum, the inside of our breastplate, inside, not at a specific point, just the general area of your sternum, inside. And this place commonly holds lots of bruised feelings or tightness. If you're feeling that at all, just know that those are patterns of unconscious intentions being held in your body. And we are simply allowing our body to breathe as we keep our unwavering attention here. When we focus too much, we create more tension, more intention. We're not doing that. When we step back too far, we start to daydream. We're not doing that. We are staying steadfast with our attention. Now the practice is the same every time. Let's connect all the points. Your nostrils, sinuses, throat, and sternum. Try not to let the breath be your focal point. We're not cultivating the breath. The breath is outside of you. The nose, sinuses, throat, and sternum are part of your body. That's what's getting our attention. We'll shift our attention now to our lungs, to our rib cage, inside our rib cage where our ribs meet our spine, the sides of your ribs. Again, any tension or bruising or sensation here is unconscious intention, patterns being stored in the body. These patterns are often connected to control, being controlled. We're simply paying attention, resting our mind here. Staying steadfast with our attention. We'll start to connect all the points now. Nostrils, sinuses, throat, sternum, and chest cavity. Paying attention to how you breathe. If this was an anatomy book, all you would see is those points I mentioned. Shifting our attention now to our diaphragm. Some like to connect with the diaphragm by feeling around the edges where it connects to the body. Some like to drop down the center of their body and connect with the diaphragm inside. Your mind will naturally judge and analyze it, how it moves. Let's just move back from that and rest your attention here. Connecting all the points now. Attention on your nostrils, sinuses, throat, chest cavity, diaphragm as one unified field. Staying steadfast with your awareness, trusting your body to breathe on its own, allowing your body to breathe you while you observe. Shifting our attention now down into our abdomen, our abdominal space, bringing your awareness to the inside of your abdomen, to the front, the back, and sides, and the floor. You're allowing your mind to fill the space of your abdomen. Your attention is filling all the spaces of the abdomen. In this moment, you're only aware of your abdomen. And from here, we'll connect them all, bringing attention to your nostrils, your sinuses and throat, sternum, chest, cavity, diaphragm, and abdomen. Allowing your attentive mind to fill this entire space. We'll bring our attention to one more point at the base of your perineum. Rest your attention here. Often, when our attention arrives and anchors at this point, some people feel heat or hot. Some people feel aroused. Just simply observe and move your attention, staying steadfast on that point, and yet create space for those sensations to not become the focal point of your attention. Let your attention rest on your anatomy. And from here, we'll connect all the points, your nostrils and sinuses and throat, your sternum, chest cavity, diaphragm, abdomen, and perineum. Resting your awareness on your body as a unified field. Holding your attention in this field. exhale. It's time now to allow yourself to remove your attention, your steadfast attention from this practice, and just allow the spaciousness of your body and your breath. As you start to complete this practice, you can do whatever comes to you naturally. There might be a little gentle swaying of the spine, gently opening of your eye. And before you come too far awake and out of your body, just go ahead and open your hands if you were holding them in that mudra. And what I'd like us to do is just simply close your practice by, as you inhale up. And it's like now your hands, the palms of your hands, they're going to connect with this energy. And you're just going to just gently let this energy, you're guiding so gently, so softly, this energy down, all the way down your body so that it can rest and anchor into your abdomen. And you can start to rub your abdomen to seal it in, sealing in that anchoring. So your body can hold that attention so deep inside you. But then, since we're completing our practice, you come into your body and the external part. You start to look around, maybe rub your face, stretch out. So you're not so inside anymore. This is the perfect time in your own practice to then maybe have a sip of tea or take a walk if you're complete. Or if in your own practice that becomes the gateway to go deeper into the practice. So thank you so much for anchoring your breath with me and us. So yeah, just take a second to debrief. I'm gonna have a sip and mm, I would love to hear what that was like for you, what your experience was. If you're in a place ready for sharing, or if you need a little time, I understand that too.
I feel very relaxed and at peace. It feels like there's a lot of tension or whatever was there. It feels more spacious and smooth. Um, yeah, just a sense of relaxation and peace and openness and calmness. So thank you.
Mm, thank you. And how was it for you to, well, I'll ask more specific questions later. I'll just hear and see if there's anything else. Um, Patricia, how was that for you?
Similar sensations that Davy expressed, and it's I feel very present, like, just very present, aware, but in a soft way, aware of myself and aware of my surroundings in a way that feels soft and calm. Yeah.
Very beautiful.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you. Um, th this has been my daily practice for, I don't know, a long time. But I noticed my challenges. So I'm just like curious if you had any of these challenges. Like I had a challenge for a while not following the breath, right? Like I would let the breath be like a line that I would follow in and out, right? Until it was like, oh no, we're not cultivating the air. I'm not cultivating the air. I'm cultivating the awareness of my body, right? And then the other challenge I found sometimes is I would have tension. Oh, that's a pattern of unconscious attention. Well, then my mind would want to wander. Well, what is that pattern? Oh, or maybe I'd want to fix it. Maybe if I soften, I did something different. Those were my big things that I found myself um, through my time practicing that I realized to not do. Don't do those. We're not doing that. That's not the practice in this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, hmm, where to go from here? Um, I guess I would just simply open it up for discussions or completion or whatever y'all need.
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel pretty content. I will comment that what my experience, which is how it is for me a lot, is that I tend to wander. Like, I mean, I'll go some in another dimension, and I have to call myself back. So that I did notice that I was not present to my diaphragm, and I had to go collect that piece towards the end, but I didn't beat up on myself for it because that's just part of who I am. I wander. So yeah.
Right. And I love that you brought that in because I noticed I used the word steadfast instead of focus, like because focus starts to become an intention and then start to put pressure. So I really like the word steadfast and abiding and um, because sure, in this moment, my mind didn't wander much, but my phone went off and there was a lot of distractions. So I was able to stay pretty present. But yeah, certainly the mind wanders. And that's what this is a tool. If you notice, we didn't imagine anything, we didn't summons anything, we didn't put a color, we didn't put a name on any feeling. All we did was just put our attentive awareness onto our body. And I guess we are about to go, but one thing that this group might really like, you know how we study the goddess of compassion, right? And we have all these realms of as of within, so without. And so if there's an external goddess of compassion out there in these realms, and goddess of compassion, Kuan Yin, is known to be the one who hears the cries of the people, the one who listens to the cries of the people. So from my vantage point, my lens is Kuan Yin. I don't know why that keeps happening, but Kuan Yin is your attention. Because in Qigong, in Chinese theory, they talk about your thoughts are called people. Your emotions are people. Because there's a thing, so your body is a country, and then the country is inhabited by thoughts and uh, people, and so they're talking and they're crying and they're going in all these directions. And Kuan Yin is the abiding presence that listens to all of that And so if we ever want to free Kuan Yin so she can like transcend as we allow our thoughts and our emotions to settle, and it's her loving attention, that aspect of ourselves, that Kuan Yin compassion, abiding, nourishing, nurturing presence, attention. It's almost like fluid of the mind, nourishment of the mind, just settles down through the interior of our being to the bottom.
Mm.
That's how I imagine, that's how I bring, that's how I understand this practice.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed.
Very
And I want to
Yeah.
say, yeah, happy solstice. I know out there, the world, we're about to go into the bright, and we are in this bright, luminous, full moon, gorgeous time. And then we today were like the dark, still yin point, deep, deep
Mm.
within.
Mm. Mm.
And also back to just real quick, this other piece is coming to me, why we didn't imagine or pretend or fantasy any of those things. All those things are elements of the mind, and all those are yang. Intention and all those things are heat and rising and yang and movement. And attention is yin and stabilizing and sinking. That's why we sunk to the interior of our body. Our body is the yin part of our spirit. We have a spirit yang part and the physical. So I just wanted to bring in, I mentioned in there in the audio about the yin yang circle and the dot. That's why this practice is that dot.
Mm. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So with that, we're complete, and I'll send out the replay hopefully tomorrow. Okay.
Bye,
Bye.
loves. Good to see
Bye-bye.
you and be with you all. Thank you,
That's
Maria.
great to see you. Thank you, Maria.
Yeah. Oh,
Taking
blessing.
good care, everyone. Bye.